Those who are new this morning, do we have a video play or something?
No.
Can you
I
hear
was
me?
just I can hear you. I was just putting on the recording. That's all.
Okay. So, to Yvonette and Sylvia, Sabrina, Perlita, Paula, good morning. Ode, Myron, Maud, and Maurice. Hi, Maria, KJ, and Ken, and Joy, and Ursula Samuels, and Gary, and Galaxy, A14, and Emma, and Dennis, and Cleo, Ruth, hi, Carol, Anita, 1234, iPhone 12 Pro, Nicholas, Clive Campbell. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Welcome
morning.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely. This is where we come together each and every morning. We inspire, we uplift, we encourage, we educate, we motivate. We do it here on Momentum Mornings. We do the heavy lifting. We do love, we do caring, we do sharing. Welcome all. And this morning, we also want to welcome our special guest and friend, Dr. Mr. Microbiome Campbell, who is going to bless us this morning. My good friend and brother, it's a pleasure to have you on the call this morning. And if you are on the call for the first time this morning, may I invite you to unmute your phone, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you may be calling from, and who invited you. So quickly, anyone on the call, if you're new on Momentum Morning this morning, may I invite you just to quickly unmute, tell us your name, who you are, who invited you, where you're calling from. Real quick. Thank you. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I see a lot of new names on the call this morning. So if you are new, first time, even the second time, Momentum Mornings, we invite you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and who invited you to the call.
Hi, my name is Paula Offer. Good morning, everyone. I was invited by Miss LaBranche.
Okay. Wonderful. Are you on board with ATOMY, your customer, your business builder? First time?
This is my first time on this call. I am finding out information about this. I was a customer and I'm looking forward to get on board so I can do business.
Absolutely. Well, Paul, I just want to tell you this morning, we are happy to have you. A very good morning to you. And you are here, the right place at the right time. So we welcome you. Glad that you're here. Is there anyone else? You're welcome. Don't be shy. Just unmute real quick, like Paul.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Mara.
Hello. Hi, I'm Mariah. I've been on this Zoom for several times. I have been invited by Florence Linder, and I really like it because I had learned a lot about, our products. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. I'll do better. Forgive me. Glad to have you.
You don't have to. That's all right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, my friends and guests on the call, Atomians all, help me to welcome this morning our special guest and friend, my brother, all the way from Portmore, Jamaica, Clive, Mr. Microbiome Campbell. This gentleman is so committed to wellness, and he's here to take us on a deep dive. He's here to take us on a journey into wellness in the gut. We know that all inflammation starts in the gut. Mr. Clive, he has been in the network marketing space for a long time. He is truly a soldier and a crusader for wellness. And we are so pleased.
Stop. There we go. Check the home app.
Could you unmute for us, Joy? Real quick. Okay. So, Mr. Clive, we are happy to have you this morning. We know you are truly committed. You are a true stalwart in the business. And we want to say welcome. And with no further dribble, Mr. Clive, we invite you to step up and to step out and to give us your shine. My brother, Clive.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. CJ. I thank you, my brother from another, Mr. I really want to thank God for you. Thank God for the ATOMY family, for each person here represented. You might want to be encouraged to call a friend, call a family member, invite them to come on to hear some things that they might be hearing for the first time, but it is important for them to hear. So use your walking fingers on your phone and send a text or make a call and invite someone to hear some information for their transformation. So thank you again, Sir CJ, for inviting me. Thank you, family, for allowing me to be here. We're going to talk about something that is most important to our health, that I lament oftentimes how the system did not find it convenient to empower us and educate us. I must say hi to Nicholas Parson also, my friend from a couple of years now.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, I don't know if Joy Bots is on, but also she's a friend of mine.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome.
Good to see you. I can start now that I see you. I can start officially now. Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about our microbial journey. The umbrella term that is used is the microbiome. Quotation I heard from a young lady a couple years ago. If all you see is all that you see, then you do not see all there is to be seen. I might say it again for those who like quotations. If all you see is all that you see, then you do not see all there is to be seen. The eyes do not see everything. And therefore, we use the microscope to magnify things for us to see things that are extremely small. Now, I'm going to talk about you today in the sense that the day that you were born, you were 99% human cells and 1% microbial cells. When they say microbial, we talk about bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, archaea, and even parasites. So 99 humans, 1% microbial. Over the first 1,000 days of your life, or 3 years, a great transformation took place. By the time 1,000 days has arrived, you are now 90% cells in terms of being microbes and 10% human cells. So those who do the counting says that we are 10 trillion human cells, but 100 trillion microbial cells. In a certain way, they're suggesting that we're like a hotel for bacteria. I don't know if you find that funny or interesting or intriguing, but that is what the record is saying. You do not have your body to yourself. We have travelers with us on our amazing journey through life. 6 pounds of microbes like a zoo of these microscopic organisms that make us up. If you want to talk about genes, talking about after the Human Genome Project that started in 1990, ended in 2001, subsequent, the Human Microbiome Project started in 2006. They found out that we have 23,000 human genes. Would you like to guess how many microbial genes we have in our body? How about 4 million? 4 million microbial genes compared to 23,000 human genes. So in a sense, what makes us human ain't even human in terms of function. I smile at it now, but it took me a while to wrap my head around these realities. Ladies and gentlemen, the narrative has shifted. We thought that we were sterile. Why our doctors tell us that we are sterile? Why our doctors give us things to keep us sterile? That is not supposed to be. Because we have 6 pounds of microbes living on us and inside of us. Professor Julian Davies wrote to the Science magazine in 2001 after the Human Genome Project did not answer a lot of questions and said, you cannot consider and contemplate human health and not to include the 1,000 species of bacteria that lives on us and inside of us. We may not like the idea, but right now as we are speaking and you're breathing, bacteria in your gut makes chemicals, hormones that is floating around right now inside of your blood and is having certain physiological and psychological effect on your body. We may not like the idea, but that is the reality of how God has made man. But the system may not have found it convenient to tell you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are as bacterial as we are human. Did I make a mistake a while ago? Allow me to repeat. We are as bacterial as we are human. The creature that you think you are does not exist. There is no sterile human being. You cannot be sterile. A human being could not survive a week without bacteria and microbes because they make important chemicals to keep your body alive. So we are an ecosystem, not so much a human being. Being human and human being are 2 different things. The system would have us to believe that bacteria comes along and they infect us. It's not an infection, it's not an invasion. That's the way that God makes every single one of us. So you see those 1,000 species of bacteria that you acquired in the first 1,000 days? It's like you went shopping at the supermarket and you pick up important items based upon the needs of your household. As you walk through life in your early days, your first 1,000 days, you acquired these microscopic organisms. And you have a most unique microbiome. Your microbiome identifies you more than your human gene. Your microbiome identifies you more than your blood does, your urine does. Your microbiome is what is in charge of everything pertaining to you in terms of many aspects of your health. I'll say some more about that. But we are an ecosystem. Bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, archaea, parasites, they are not to be made persona non grata. They are not to be treated with disdain and scorn. They are not to be treated as second-class citizens. They have a legal right to your body as every human cell, and you must treat them with respect. You must nurture them, nourish them, feed them, honor them in the most important ways as you do feed your brain, feed your heart, and eat food for your lungs and your liver. Ladies and gentlemen, the narrative has changed with new information. Do you know that your gut speaks to your brain? How so? Is that even legal? You're asking. Why should my gut be talking to my brain? My brain is the CEO. It does the executive functions of the body. What business things in the gut has to do with things in my brain? Ladies and gentlemen, modern science is now calling the gut your second brain. 39 trillion microbes living in your distal gut. Let me give you some more information. Your body has 100 trillion with a T microbes. 95% of them lives in your GI tract, your gut, your alimentary canal. All 30 feet of it is your GI tract, 95 trillion. But in your distal gut, called your colon is the last, say, about 5 feet of your GI tract. You are as tall as your colon is long. The length of your colon is the height of you. Inside of that 5 feet or so of your last part of your GI tract lives 39 trillion microscopic organisms. The greatest concentration of microbes anywhere on the planet is found in the human gut. They are not just there to take up space and to cause problems and to make issues in your body. They are there to perform a certain function. And that is why they are now calling them and referring to them as your second brain. In some jurisdiction, some persons refer to them as your first brain. Your brain in your skull is so determined to get information from your gut. It has 3 boulevards to get information from your gut. The vagus nerve, cranial number 10 nerve, the vagus nerve, the immune system, and the endocrine system. Some move faster than some, but by all means, the brain needs to get certain type of information. And 90% of the information on the vagus nerve highway originates in the gut and ends up inside of your brain in your skull. And therefore, 10% of the information that flows on that highway starts and originates in the brain and send back responses to the gut. Are you ready for this? You have 3 brains. 3 brains. Clive was making sense up until now. But what you say, I'm just now thinking all along, I have 1 brain, then you say 2 brains, I could let you get away with that, but 3 brains? Okay, good. So the brain in your skull, 100 billion neurons. That's what they call brain cells, neurons. The 39 trillion microbes in your gut, it's called your microbiome. That's the second brain. Inside of your body, if I ask you to point to yourself, instinctively you'd point to your chest. What is in your chest? Your heart. 40,000 neurons, which are the working units of the brain, resides in your heart. So here it is now. In the brain, it is your thinking brain. In your gut, it is your sensing brain. In your heart, it is your feeling brain. That is why when a guy heart, maybe a lady too, when their heart is broken, it affects their brain because the 3 brains are like 3 legs of a stool. When one is out of balance, it throws off the other 2 and you are out of balance. Dysbiosis. You do not live well. You can't be healthy with 2 brains working well. All 3 has to work in synergy. So persons suffer from a broken heart and they feel discouraged, they feel disappointed, they feel despondent. Inside of the gut, they say, follow your gut feelings. They talk about butterflies in your stomach. I should have follow my gut feeling and should not have given that man my $10,000. Your bacteria was trying to warn you, but you follow your own thinking and you made a mistake. Your gut is never wrong. Follow and learn to follow your gut instinct. Your bacteria surrounds you like a cloud. It lives on you and lives inside of you. And that is why sometimes people talk about my spirit tech. You just meet somebody for the first time and you say, my spirit don't take this person. Not really the spirit, is your bacteria interacting, because your bacteria can extend as far as 6 feet away from your body. It sounds like a cloud. And what is happening is that your bacteria interacts with other person's bacteria, microbiome, and something is awry, something is amiss, something not connecting. And you say, walk away, Clive, walk away. This person is bad news. This person wants to play you a fast one. Walk away. And sometimes we just need to follow our gut feeling, our gut instinct. Wow, I gave you something there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need to move on, although I could say more about that. But your gut represents the headquarters, the pentagon of the microbiomes in your body. The headquarters is in your gut, 39 trillion. You have a microbiome on your skin. You have a microbiome, yes, inside of your brain. You have a microbiome in your mouth. The largest microbiome in the body is in the gut. The second largest is the oral microbiome inside of your mouth. Can I give you a word of warning and caution? That is why you cannot use certain type of toothpaste with fluoride. Are you ready for this one now? You don't want to use certain type of mouthwash. That mouthwash you have been using from you were a child may have done damage to the oral microbiome. And that oral microbiome can cause chaos, damage, and disaster inside of your body. They are there for a reason. If there is odor in your breath, oftentimes you do not have the right type of microbes in your mouth. We need to stop doing things that disturb the microbes inside of our mouth, the microbes in our gut, the microbes in our skin and our body. And therefore, when somebody has a neurological disorder, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, MS, it's Hashimoto's disease, and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea is if you have a psychiatric disorder, like sadness, anxiety, depression, mood swings, the new mantra is you do not pull up the nuts and bolts of the brain to go inside the brain to fix the brain. You fix the brain from inside the gut. Let me pause on that one, because that one, when it hits, you might feel some strain. You do not fix the brain from inside the brain. The new narrative is fix the brain from inside the gut. Why? Because every brain disorder is as a result of a damaged gut. A disorder in the gut leads to disorder in the brain. We have to find the corresponding portion of the gut that is damaged. Fix it with some of the amazing products that ATOMY has. They are designed with prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes to improve. Why do you think the genius of your CEO and the scientists inside of your company, thousands of them, make bacteria to put in your body? Why do they go through all the trouble to find specific plant nutrients to give to you and certain types of enzymes and hormones to give to you? Is because they know they're on top of their game with the science. Fix the gut to fix the brain. Fix the gut to fix your skin. Eczema, acne, rosacea, dermatitis, contact dermatitis, and skin eruptions are as a result of damage inside of your gut that reflects as a symptom. And much of what doctors are fixing are symptoms of a dysbiotic, damaged, unhappy, unhealthy, complaining gut. We got to get the narrative right. you will never enjoy good health. You will never be healthy. You will never be happy with an unhealthy gut. If the gut is healthy, you can be healthy. If the gut is happy, then you are happy because they make even 95% of the serotonin that your body makes. It's not the brain that makes most of the serotonin, it's your gut. Serotonin is your happy hormone. It makes dopamine, melatonin, 50% of GABA, epinephrine, and norepinephrine, and a lot, 30 odd neurotransmitters are made in the gut that has effect all over the body. We got to fix our gut. We got to get the gut right. And I'm going to give you some information that's going to blow your mind. So all your 12 organ systems are connected to your gut, and the way to fix the organ systems is not to get drugs and surgery and other procedures for each condition that you have. That is why some people get so many type of surgeries, about 5 or 10 from the word children, and so many different type of antibiotics, so many types of medication, because they're trying to fix the thing from outside when the problem is really on the inside the gut. Most of your action, most of your health, most of the things pertaining to the function of your body are outsourced to the bacteria. The bacteria, ladies and gentlemen, is critical, and it's important that we get this narrative right. Dr. Francisco Delgado says, bacteria are an extension of the functions of our body, and they help us to stay healthy. You know what I find interesting? A couple years ago, I was in a plaza, and a sweetie fell from a child, and the child took it up and put in his mouth. The person that was a guardian said to the child, no, you can't do that. You don't want any germs to get inside of your body. Ladies and gentlemen, you have more germs in your body than the law allows, so to speak, than you even know. 100 trillion of them. Yet I heard some documentary a couple years ago on the TV telling you, do you realize how many different type of bacteria is on the towel inside of your bathroom? How many bacteria is on the rag that you use to bathe? Ladies and gentlemen, you have more bacteria already living inside of your body than the couple billion that is on your rag and inside on your towel and inside the kitchen and all the things that you're trying to use disinfectants to kill and different type of things. Ladies and gentlemen, your body is haven for different types of microscopic organisms, and you and I can change that. And the more damaged your microbiome is, you're sick like mother dog and its 10 cousins. Because the more damaged your microbiome is the sicker you become. And we have all kind of molly gripe and fluxy complaint. That is in the dictionary. It's not Jamaican parlance. I saw it the other day. Molly gripe and fluxy complaint. What that mean? You have so many different conditions that sometimes when you walk into a person's bathroom and you think you walk into a Rite Aid pharmacy or Walgreens pharmacy, they have so many different types of drug inside here. One to make them go to bed, and another one timely to wake them up. One to go from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. One to take them from 10 a.m. to 12 o'clock. One to take them from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And one for you to digest your food, one to digest the liquid you're drinking, one to make you think right, one to, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you this one. Let me give you this one. Bacteria and your microbiome represents your internal pharmacy. Tell me, what can make chemicals better than bacteria? You tell me, what makes chemicals more than bacteria can? Every drug, every chemical, everything that your body need, God gave you a microbiome to make them for you. When you get an external intervention, it causes riot and chaos and mayhem and disorder and distress to the body. Because the bacteria say, where is this going? And you kill off and damage and cause dysbiosis, imbalance in your bacteria by the amount of external interventions. I hold it, and you can tell me if you agree, that God reserves the right to make man's food and to make man's medicine. Are you hearing me? I think that way. What do you think? God reserves the right to make man's food and to make man's medicine because man is not nearly intelligent enough to make man's food and to make man's medicine. That is why when they take certain type of drugs, you become obese, you develop cancer, you get high blood pressure, you get arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, or 200 other different conditions because the body said this is foreign. This is not food. This is not natural. This is artificial. There is no doctor, there is no scientist, if you ever studied for 50 years, there's no team of medical personnel, scientists and doctors, combine the whole of them from all the universities that knows as much as your microbiome, how to run the human body. This is their job, and they have been around for billions of years. We just come and claim that we know what bacteria knows. We need to consider that narrative. We are still in kindergarten while bacteria run the universe. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel strongly about it because people are giving us things, pretending to be professionals, and they do not even understand the human body. Let me not say some things because I don't know if your call can tolerate some of these things. Dr. Daniel Vitalis is considered as a GI tract expert. Our understanding of the gut microbiome will overturn everything we think we know about medicine, about health, and about nutrition. It's turning it on its head. We thought we knew, but with the discovery of the microbiome, it's turning everything upside down. You have 6 pounds of microbes, 3 pounds in your gut, same weight as the brain in your skull, 3 pounds. 6 pounds of brain, 39 trillion microbes, and 100 billion neurons. And we need the brain in order to work well. Dr. Susan Lin says, sorry, we did not know. This is a watershed moment in human biology. This will change the face of medicine forever. Your gut strongly influences your personality. What's your personality? Described as the way you feel, the way you act, the way you think. Bacteria has the ability to determine the way you feel, the way you act, and even the way that you think, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we have to respect our bacteria and do not call them scum, germs, and critters. Ladies and gentlemen, modern science has given a tuxedo jacket with tie and roll out the red carpet for bacteria and give them a place at the conference table in the boardroom because they realize that they play a critical role in the well-being and outcome of the human personality and expression of human health and life. So bacteria knows more about you than you know about bacteria. Bacteria knows more about you than you know about yourself. They chaperone you on this planet. Where do you live? We live in an ocean of bacteria. Did you know that? We live in an ocean of bacteria. God gave you a microbiome to guide you, guard you, protect you, and keep you healthy because your bacteria trains your immune system. Did you know that your immune system and your bacteria are not enemies? They are good friends. From the womb to the tomb, your bacteria is your most faithful friend. If bacteria wants to hurt you, hear this one. For every immune cell, you have 200,000 bacterial cells. If bacteria want to kill you in your sleep, could bacteria do that? The bacteria was not given to you to hurt or harm you. Bacteria is here to help you, but a misunderstanding by the system has labeled bacteria as our enemy and has caused the death of millions and millions of people and the suffering of children and elderly and adults that the number we cannot even recall. Bacteria is not your enemy. 2/3 of your ID is bacteria, your microbiome. It identifies you. It's like a blockchain of your health. What do I mean by that, Clive? From you were an infant, every cold, every flu, every sneeze, every cough, every infection, every irritation, every insult, your microbiome has kept a health record every single day, every week, every month, every year, from 0 to where you are now. It has your record. And therefore, for any insult to your body, it goes back to the record, checks on it, and know how to fix you, heal and repair you. Your microbiome, ladies and gentlemen. Please be welcome. Please be introduced, brother, to your microbiome. They are in charge of your Ministry of Health and Homeland Security, your bacteria. Nothing can protect you better than your bacteria. You're trying to protect yourself from the very thing that is protecting you. What kind of song is sing like that? How do you protect yourself from your protector? How does a president protect himself from the Secret Service? Secret Service is there to protect him. But we are trying to protect ourselves from the very thing that is protecting us. God gave us a microbiome. Does man know more than God knows? God knows the ability and talent and skills that he puts inside of a bacteria. And when you eat food, bacteria knows how to interpret the information, instructions, and data and code in food to nurture you and nourish you and cause you to grow and to develop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the era of the microbiome. I will stay with time, Sir CJ. I'll have to stay in touch with you, because my script is not finished, but my time might be finished. I will stay.
Mr. Clive, I tell you what, we are coming up to quarter to 11.
Yes.
How about we give you another 10 minutes, and then we can break for some questions, and we talk about those products in the ATOMY wellness store that are appropriate for the microbiome.
Thank you, you're kind, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give you this gem. Is it important the method that a child is born? What do you mean, Clive? Yeah, there are two ways a human is born on this planet. One, through the vagina, vaginal birth, or two, cesarean section. What's the difference? When a child is born through the vagina and scraping through the vagina to be born, that child gets the generational bacteria handed down from the great-grandmother, great-grandmother, grandmother, mother, etc. And the child gets those microbes handed down. And the child would normally live a normal life because you get the bacteria. When a child is born cesarean section, you know what that means? The child takes a detour because the doctor had to surgically remove the child, cut the mother and remove the child. And the child is born. But the bacteria that the child gets that way is primarily the bacteria that is in the operating theater, that is on the surgeon's garment that did the C-section. That is the nurse attendant is there. Or when the child lays on the mother to get the milk, breast milk, then the child gets the Firmicutes bacteria primarily found on the skin. What they do in some jurisdiction is that they even give the child a precautionary antibiotic because the child was born C-section, which cause a further decimation of the little or no microbiome the child receives. Here is what they do, and insightful enough to do in some jurisdiction. Are you ready for this? Say hours or a day before the mother gives birth to the child, they will put a gauze in the mom's vagina to absorb vaginal fluids. And when the child is born, they smother the vaginal fluid over the face, the upper chest, the arm, and much of the child's body, and the child would live a near normal life like every child. Those who do not do this, and child who do not get this benefit, becomes candidate for obesity, type 1 diabetes, asthma, allergies, food sensitivities. Later on in life, may get lupus, Hashimoto's disease, and other types of autoimmune disorders. Ladies and gentlemen, our child is born is critically important. Autism is one of the things that may happen when a child is born C-section. Do you realize that there's a exponential growth in the rate of autism in your country, in America and other places? Why? More mothers are opting for C-section. They want to go to the mall at 10 o'clock. Then they go to the beauty salon at 12 o'clock. Then they titivate themselves, show up at 4 o'clock to the doctor's office or the hospital or clinic and do the C-section. They want it arranged. And therefore, C-section is popular. They don't want to feel the pain of childbirth. And that is why a lot of experts believe there is this exponential rise in autism. Many children are coming down with that particular issues. The reason why many people struggle with mental health disorder and issues, damaged microbiome. I have to cut and carve some of this information. So ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to live with a damaged dysbiotic gut. We have to live with a healthy gut. A gut that has the right type of microbes, right type of strains, the keystone strains, the Lactobacillus reuteri, which is in some of your products, I'll soon talk about that. The Akkermansia muciniphilus, that is what keep bacteria away from the epithelial layer inside the gut, thus preventing leaky gut disease. And this bossy guy called Faecolobacterium proteinase. That bacteria are, those three are like Batman and Robin and Superman. We need them, but many of us do not have that strain anymore because we have taken so many rounds of antibiotics. We have damaged them, we have killed them off, they may have died down, and we don't must get them back. That is why we have become so sickly, and we live at the pharmacy. We have different type of conditions going on at the same time, and we feel so sick, as if somebody robbed you of your original body and put you in a cage in a sick body. And you say you want your body back, and you are crying, you are praying to God for help, because this type of body is a body you don't want even your enemy to live in, a sick body. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get the microbe right. And we need to get them that, because the health of your microbiome is in direct proportion to the health of your body. Then we talk about the gut mitochondria axis. That's another conversation. The gut makes the nutrients for the mitochondria. Mitochondria inside of your cell make your energy. You have as 100,000 trillion mitochondria in the cell, in your cells. And it is the gut that is the butler, the chef, and the cook to make butyric acid, urolithin A, from elagitanins like pomegranate, and they get it from fiber. We need to eat food with fiber and polyphenols that they get from fruits. Bacteria takes fiber, break it down, make short-chain fatty acid, break it down, make butyrate, acetate, propionate. Butyrate is the heal of the body. Butyrate is the primary source of fuel for your mitochondria that makes your energy. And the mitochondria performs 500 functions inside of your cell. A damaged mitochondria means that you're not making enough energy to keep your cell functioning at healthy, optimal level. And that is why we get diseases, because most diseases are as a result of a low functioning mitochondria, because the gut is not properly fed, the gut is malfunctioning, the gut doesn't work because we're getting too many medication, and our diet is too refined, acidic, and processed. That makes it poisonous, inflammatory, and nutrient lacking. We're not feeding our microbiome right. So CJ, I can hand over to you now, sir, because I think I've said my lot for this morning. And we can see if anybody have any clarification or questions needed to be answered.
Welcome again, Mr. Clive, Dr. Clive, Mr. Microbiome Campbell. So respectfully, we just want to unmute. I know there are some questions, and we also want to talk about we have some probiotics in the ATOMY medicine cabinet. We have some Finezyme. We have some products Clive, that we really want to expose for the benefit of all who are on call this morning. So I will quickly invite questions and comments at this time. But Clive, I see Carol saying that an hour is not enough. But we know what is happening. We're about wellness, and so Clive, you have to come back. But for now, if there are any questions, any comments, you can unmute.
I just want to
Go
touch
right ahead.
I just wanted to touch in quickly, no question, Mr. Clive. This is now Black. I absolutely love you. I love the fact that you touched on the cesarean part, because so many women are not aware of how detrimental that is to having their babies come forth that way. Unless your child is in distress, you should never opt for it.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend from high school from back home in Jamaica. And let me tell you, she's a nurse here. And she had so many complications, and she told me and her brother, she will not have a cesarean unless she watched that monitor in the hospital. She fought with those doctors because they wanted her to have a cesarean. She said, there is no way I'm doing that unless my child is in distress, because she already knew all the ramifications of what happened with cesarean babies. She's told me so many, I mean, she's gone down the line, and there's so many studies on it, including, you know, they said when you rip those babies out of the womb, how shocking it is to there's a lot of studies.
Yes.
And so many mothers are opting for cesarean now. If you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. But you should not just schedule, and people are not aware that when you go against the way God intends things to be, there are always going to be ramifications. And we're not processing, women are not processing, oh, I'll just go have a cesarean, I don't have to worry about, you know, going through the pain. But there are lots of studies out there. And let me tell you, I was on the phone when she was in New York and I'm here, and she was in a lot of pain, and she fought them, and she finally gave birth because she said there was no way she was going to do that. Being a nurse, she knows. And they know medically, they're just not telling people.
Yes.
You know, because it's a lot of money for women to do that. But you touched on so much. I love it. Thank you.
Bless
Thank
you.
you, thank you, thank you. So I'll let other people go ahead.
I wanted to ask, with the probiotic for the gut, what is the difference from the over the counter probiotic than the one on the ATOMY website?
Okay.
Or is there any difference?
Or CJ, you want to take that, or should I speak about it? Okay, all right. Since allow me to talk then. Some companies, when you go to the health food store or the pharmacy, wherever you buy a probiotic, they will put things on the label that it contains these billions of colony-forming units of this bacteria and that bacteria. But when you check it out, half of them is not even there. Not all the strains are there, and not the amount are there. But when our company tells us that this has Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus casei, brave, reuteri, lactis, and plantarum, you know that you are getting those bacterial strains, because our company is a company of integrity, has the science to prove it and back it up. So you can be confident. You do not know what you are buying from out another source, but you can be confident about this one. Let me, for example, Lactobacillus reuteri. Can I take a minute and talk about that, Sir CJ? I don't know if you are able to answer me.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Lactobacillus reuteri. That bacteria lives in the gut. When a woman is pregnant and reaches the 3rd trimester of pregnancy, that Lactobacillus reuteri gets an email or a text message from the womb and say, please get in place now. That bacteria, Lactobacillus reuteri, leaves the gut, enter the bloodstream, rides on a Uber, goes all the way through the course of the blood vessel until it reaches the nipple of the mother. and sits there and wait for the child when the child is being fed. And when the child is being fed, it squirts and becomes one of the first type of bacteria to populate the gut. Lactobacillus reuteri, ladies and gentlemen, is also responsible for making a hormone called oxytocin. You ever heard the name oxytocin? Oxytocin is your love and social hormone. Oxytocin, when it is released, allow you to love your spouse even more. You have a better relationship with your spouse and people. You appreciate other people's point of view. And it's not all about you just talking and dominating. You're appreciating and respecting. And we need oxytocin. But I'm wondering, part of the problem we have in society, communities, the church, etc., is that we do not have lactobacillus reuteri readily inside of our gut microbiome. And that is why there is so much contention, so much quarreling, disagreements, and cannot see eye to eye because oxytocin is not being released in a timely manner to keep us to be appreciating each other more. It's not all about me. It also is about you. And therefore, it balances things. So I just wanted to make that point that we need this. Several of the products in our company has lactobacillus reuteri in it. LAC, it's spelled REUTERI, reuteri. That one, lactobacillus reuteri. Look at the product that has it. You want to make sure you consume it along with getting benefit from the other bacteria that are in several of the products. The stomach health product, the probiotics, Psyllium us, the hemoheme, Finezyme, fermented noni. Several of these products have several strains of bacteria in it. Some have enzymes and other type of benefits for the body. So, Sir Clive, back over to you.
Sir, Dr. Mr. Microbiome Campbell, on a day like today, terrific Thursdays, we have to give you the opportunity to bless us with some more of this wonderful information, Clive. Gut health, the microbiome. I have a gut feeling that you're going to have to just do a deeper dive right now. So I have a gut feeling that I should give you a few more minutes, my brother, just to take us through the journey, take us along.
Were there any questions though? Because I prefer if
yes,
we're able to address
questions.
Yeah, let's address. Yeah, what address what people are asking in the clarification.
So
and then
I'm going to allow you, or Clive, to just if you can stay with us for a little bit. Yes, because I know you're extremely busy. We take some more questions.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly. So, Nicholas?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yes. Apart from taking the antibiotics, what's the best thing for recurring H. pylori?
Okay, H. pylori. It's really it's a gut issue, you know. H. pylori lives in one of the things in the stomach can cause things like ulcers and things of that nature. And the Mother Nature has a lot of natural, what you want to call antibiotics, in that they can discriminate. They know how to kill the bad guy that's causing a problem and not to disturb the good guys. Mankind has not learned that as yet. So they are natural antibiotics. And when you get your gut fixed properly, then your gut microbiome does the management of the bacteria inside of your body, because it's the type of bacteria that runs the roost, that is in control. Now, your gut can be dominated by the non-beneficial bacteria more than the beneficial bacteria. And that is where there's problem, including the overgrowth of Candida albicans, which is another story, especially for women and men and such alike. So it's about a balanced gut to prevent any bad strains of bacteria from raising its ugly head and causing a problem, including H. pylori. To have a balanced gut. And there are products in our company to help to keep that balance going.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah. Okay. So the I guess the our products can directly address that because there are times when I eat and there are times when I feel the food is just keep going up to my throat. I'm not even sure what's causing that. But the
What is it?
poisonous.
What is your doctor saying? What does he recommend?
I haven't been to the doctor about that since I started recently.
All right. Until you
Yeah.
do that,
Mm-hmm.
these same products that our company have, the Hemohim,
Mm-hmm.
biotics, the fermented noni, and you can be guided by other experts in the company which products to take to get the gut, because your gut is out of balance.
Yeah, seems like.
I can concede, you see, that there are instances that somebody may need to take an antibiotic if it becomes life-threatening. And the doctors, as far as
Are you able to stay as host? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
okay. Yeah, and if you do not take the antibiotic, the level of infection, you're just going to die. So you just have to do the thing. Take the antibiotic to save your life. But then you have to regrow your gut bacteria so that it becomes healthy to prevent the need for that infection to reoccur. It's not to take another round of antibiotic. Now that you find out that your gut is damaged, fix back your gut, get back the keystone strains and species of bacteria in your gut, and your gut bacteria will do what they were designed to do. Keep you healthy, keep the bad guys in check, and allow good governance inside of our body. So that is something you need to look at. Your gut
Last
is,
question.
yes.
Is there a connection between high blood pressure and gut health?
Yes, because even the atherosclerotic plaques and the arteriosclerotic plaques that are built up inside of your blood vessel, your liver that makes 85% of the cholesterol overproducing because there is it's a connection, There's a connection. Inflammation from a dysbiotic gut. The gut is leaky gut. Inflammation means fire in the brain, fire in the body, fire in the blood vessels, and therefore it causes a lot of damage inside the blood vessels. The liver makes a lot of cholesterol in order to deal with the highly inflamed body. And because of that, it forms atherosclerotic plaques, and part of the reason why you get high blood pressure, along with the fact that your heart is not pumping your blood well. So there's a connection. It all goes back to the gut. It's a damaged gut.
Okay, Doc. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Okay, we have Maria and then KJ.
Yes,
Maria?
yes. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm enjoying everything that you have spoken, especially about the microbiome. That is just so important for us to understand, and talking about the three brains. And I just wanted to say regarding what you were saying about when you get a check in your spirit, that is the bacteria that is telling you, that, hey, is something wrong with this situation or that person. But I want to say that is the Spirit of God.
Amen.
The Holy Spirit will give you an unction and give you a check in your spirit. The Holy Spirit is not a bacteria, but God does give each one of us and God's sense. And it's just it's the Spirit of God that will give you that unction. And, it may break down to bacteria, whatever, but I just wanted to make that statement, because it's important that we understand how things work in the spirit as well. So, but thank you for all of this very, very important information about the microbiome and how that we really have to watch what we put in our bodies and on our bodies. So thank you.
You're welcome.
KJ and then Miss Ruth. KJ?
Yes, good morning, everyone. And Doctor, thank you. Yes, your information, I piggyback with her as well. You are definitely a breath air of breaking those down for us. Thank you for sharing. I just want to recap on two things. One was I understand you said we got a three brain. I just want to clarify one thing because I wasn't sure I just want to make sure. So it's the brain, it's the bacteria, and it's the heart. Am I correct?
Yes. Thank you for asking. So your brain,
Okay.
your brain is your thinking brain. but your brain cannot sense outside of your body and the internal terrain that's going on. So take information from your gut brain. Now your gut brain is connected to your heart. What is happening in your heart affects your brain. What's happening in your heart affects your gut. So all three are connected because the heart has 40,000 neurons. The gut has 500,000 neurons affixed to it through the vagus nerve, and the brain has 100 billion neurons. So all these neurons are there to work in synergy. And this is they call them, the science is calling them brain for the sake of clarifying the role and function that they play.
Okay.
And just one more question. More question. What you said, hemohim, and what else that could go for that can help with the guts?
So the probiotic.
I think you said 3.
You have the probiotic that is designed with several strains of bacteria in it. Also, fermented noni. Bacteria is what ferment things for you. Fermentation means that it's going to change any nutrient the bacteria gets into something that is new. You give the bacteria 1 ounce of nutrient, you give it back 10 ounces of benefit. That's all it is. It ferments. It ferments your food and ferments the noni. So the hemohim and the probiotics. And there are other things that other products that persons are sharing on the screen, what can be beneficial too.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay, so we have, let's see, we have Miss Ruth, then Odie, and then Miss Vanessa, and we'll stop after Miss Vanessa because it's after 11. So go ahead, Miss Ruth.
Hey, okay. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you, everyone, and thank you, doctor, for all the information. My question is for someone who has been going to the doctor, so for fungal and the nails, nail fungal like for the feet and things like that. So the doctor prescribed the antibiotic, and she said to take probiotic with it. So the prescription she gave was terbinafine. I don't know how to say it, terbinafine or fine, so something like that. And but she said to take probiotic with it. So she know like giving you the antibiotic and probiotic. But after once, she gave it only once. And then she said she's not gonna give anymore. So, but you can see the fungus is not going away yet. So how long it takes to nail fungus to be going away and to be here? So, and is there any other thing that if you have nail fungus, what other disease can come with it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sister Novlet, you
Yes.
are very familiar with the products our company have that can deal with skin issues, nail issues, and things of that nature. Would you?
I was thinking she could probably put the hemoheme or the toothpaste, right, Miss Carol?
Yes.
Yep, the hemoheme or the toothpaste.
With all that.
That toothpaste will remember the toothpaste is made from propolis. Propolis is used in a lot of wound care for the mouth sore, herpes of the mouth, and all that stuff. So we have to remember, even though we're brushing with that toothpaste, if you Google propolis, you'll see a long list, and we have the concentration of propolis in that toothpaste is extremely high. So try the toothpaste, or we have hemoheme and we have that toothpaste, but that toothpaste is powerful.
Yeah.
Manuka honey.
And the Manuka honey too, yes. And it is 830 mgo. So our Manuka honey is extremely powerful because wound care centers use Manuka honey for wound. So we have an array of products on here to try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanessa?
Wait, we're going in order. Miss Odie and then Miss Vanessa.
Yeah,
we're going in the order of how the hands were raised.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I came in on the end of what makes high cholesterol and the blood pressure. Can you briefly just go over that for me?
Oh, okay. So because the body is so inflamed. Modern day life is an assault on the human body. The diet is wrong. And also, our water is contaminated, the air is contaminated, electromagnetic frequency. So many things are causing the body to be inflamed. In addition to the fact that the gut is leaking and content of the gut, the source system is escaping into the blood. It causes inflammation because the immune system is trying to mount a response. So it's an inflammatory response. And therefore, the liver sensing the need for cholesterol, which is not an enemy, the cholesterol is your friend. Just because it's a cholesterol at the scene of the crime, they blame cholesterol and say that he is the one that commit the murder. But it's like blaming the fire truck. You always, every time there's a fire, there's this red truck that is there. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's there to put out the fire. Just like cholesterol is a part of the healing, is a healer of the body. But the body generates massive amount of cholesterol because the body is so inflamed. The liver makes 85% of the cholesterol of your body. It's not a bad thing, but because the body is so highly inflamed, including inside your blood vessel, you don't want to be fighting an inflammatory war within the walls of a blood vessel. But so many things damage your blood vessels, chase it, and such alike, that the body, in repairing it, eventually form these plaques, because it is just part of the inflammatory response. Now, when several plaques are in the close vicinity, then it can narrow and cause an occlusion of the blood vessel, and the blood does not flow as readily. That is what they call arteriosclerosis and atherosclerosis, hardening of the artery, blockage of the artery. And it can cause a myriad amount of problems, including the carotid artery to the brain. If that is blocked, it causes a stroke. And if the one to the heart, the coronary artery, can cause a heart attack and other type of heart and cardiovascular issues. So cholesterol is asked to be made a lot. Trail a load of cholesterol because the body is inflamed. When you get your body under control by fixing your gut helps to monitor the rate at which inflammation takes place or does not take place in the body, because your body is now healing itself. But you have to fix the things that cause the problem. Leaky gut, damaged bacteria, which can be caused from several things. They call it endotoxemia, all kind of different things, and parasites and things getting into the blood. Ladies and gentlemen, we have products in our company to fix these things. Invest in your health. It's not an expense. Invest in your health. Sister Novlet and others are well gifted to show you which products to take to get your gut right. When you get your gut right, to prevent inflammation, which is the reason for 95% of the diseases, chronic diseases inside of the body. So that is the story with cholesterol and the blockage of the blood vessels. I hope this makes sense to you.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
Okay.
Miss Vanessa is next.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. This is very powerful information. Especially when it's applied. That's the biggest thing. It's always powerful when it's applied. So one of the things you were saying, when it came to the brain, the heart, and the gut, and I understand it from a place of experience when those are in harmony. And when you start talking about that, it made more sense, because from the time I started with, which is over 25 years of cleansing my own colon. So going from being unhealthy to a place of healthy, and not really understanding, you don't know anything until you actually experience it. And so when I started cleansing my gut and I was putting in bacteria, the good bacteria, and eating healthier foods and juicing and doing my smoothies more. And I noticed that as I was doing that, and because I was also getting colonic, so I was doing all of that at the same time, I ended up with more mental sharpness. But the interesting thing you was talking about, the gut health, and the brain and the heart. They have to be in coherence and working together. And these are the things that I noticed from that experience, that I started having the emotion of love, just loving people, wanting to hug people. And when you're talking about the oxytocin, a lot of the feel-good hormones I was experiencing, I didn't know what I was doing or feeling at that time. I was trying to figure it out, but I noticed that when I was cleansing my colon, keeping it healthy, my skin, my hair, my nails, in fact, my eyesight, my vision was improved. My clarity, my mental sharpness, where I could read a book and I didn't have to go back and forth trying to understand. And so the feel good hormones that I was feeling, that serotonin, I was sleeping better, the endorphins, the dopamine, all of those things, it made me a happier person. I was even more, I would say, even more beautiful and radiant, even so then.
Yeah.
And so the importance of what you're sharing with the gut issue and understanding all the microbes and the bacterias, and especially when you're purging, but you're also maintaining and managing all of those things. And the things that I've noticed when you're talking about that brain, those neurotransmitters and neurons and all of those, when you have the mental sharpness, and of course we know that your brain can change when you're changing your thoughts, and you're more clear and you're more of a positive person, and you start having those feedback loops and you start becoming that way. The power of what you're saying is this: when you're cleaning your colon and you putting in the fermented noni, the good bacteria back into the good bacteria to associate with the bacteria that's already, the millions, trillions of bacteria that's already there. You're creating a healthier environment. It actually promotes a feeling of well-being, pleasure. It makes you a happier person. You're vibrating on a frequency of love, because we already are love. We are love. We come out of the spirit of love, Jehovah. And so that's what we are. And we're being that. And the information that you're giving us, we apply these things and take on these products, which I'm actually looking forward to experiencing them myself. I have to be the product of the product, of course, but it's very powerful what you're sharing, because it makes us be the happy people that we're called to be. And I've always told people now, where I am in my stage here, over 25 years of being in health and wellness, but doing it myself, I am the happiest I've ever been in my life. This is the happiest of just joy. Joy meets me in the morning, wakes me up in the morning, joy. And this is what happens when your gut system, your brain, heart, and gut is in harmony. You're putting in life, because we are life. When you're putting back in the life, you're maintaining life here. And one of the things too, you get to hear Holy Spirit, the Spirit. You're talking about your gut feeling, is Holy Spirit unctioning you to go left or to go right, or to eat this or not to eat this, to be with this person or not to be with this person. It actually heightens your awareness, your consciousness. We are actually gods, small g. We are gods, not God, but God, a form of a God. So you think from that place as a God, as a spirit being, powerful, supernatural, but you're more conscious and heightened and awakened and enlightened to that. And you operate from that position of power, supernatural power. So I just wanted to share that. It's very powerful what you're sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see we have 2 hands raised again. So there's Miss Maria and Miss Joy, and then we're totally finished. So not too long. Go ahead, Maria, and then Miss Joy. Not too long.
Okay, I just wanted to say, oh my God, as the young lady was speaking, I was just tears in my eyes. It was just so powerful, everything she said. And I just wanted to say, you guys, don't forget about ATOMY's skincare. ATOMY Skincare focus on creating a microbiome environment, a healthy microbiome environment that's going to encourage cleansing on the surface of the skin inside the body and to restore its natural state. And so the microbiome in our gut is where wrinkles start. So we have a healthy microbiome. It's going to help with anti-aging. And you want to take your probiotics at night before bed because that's going to help to jumpstart your body's production of collagen and all of those other serotonins and all of those things that's going to help your skin look and actually literally be healthy. So you want to do it at night. But remember, our products, our skincare products are designed to help to create a healthy microbiome on the surface of your skin. So that's going to prevent you from wrinkling early. It's going to help your pH balance and the whole 9 yards. It's going to help your body to maintain that moisture that it needs to keep everything nice and plumped out. So you'll look better. And once you begin to take, if you're using any of our ATOMY products, it's going to help from the inside out, especially with all of the different probiotic and microbiome supplements that we have. So just remember, don't forget that your microbiome is healthy in the inside. That's great. But also we have products that's going to help the surface of your skin to keep that in balance, in proper balance too. Amen. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Miss Maria. That is so good. We need to remember that because I can validate that. Before ATOMY, I'm using, those products out there, the Dove and the this, and you rub your legs or your hands or whatever, and you feel those little bumps. If I started using the ATOMY products, my skin is, as you feel like you're rubbing a newborn baby's skin. There's no pimples because your outer layer is not trying to detox from the toxic product you put on anymore. That's why we get those little pimples. But when you use these ATOMY products, it's balancing out the pH on your body. So it's perfect. So anyway, go ahead, Miss Joy.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I want to say to Vanessa. Vanessa said she's happy. Vanessa, a word of advice. When you get to using ATOMY products, call me and let me know. Okay? Because you'll be so much happier. Okay? And secondly, to Ken, he can use Stomach Health and Fine Sign. Mm-hmm. And I want to say to Dr. Clive, it's a pleasure seeing you again. Oh my gosh. Please come back again. Please. I miss you. So thank you very, very much.
Bless
okay.
you.
Bye-bye now.
Okay. The last person, Paula, and then we're done because it's 11:24. No, please, no one else raise your hands.
I just want to make it quick. Can children, like teenagers and like young kids, use the products?
Yes, they're plant-based. My niece is 16. She's been using it since she was, 8?
Okay.
Or younger, yeah. And babies have even used the heme. They just give them a very, very small portion because we have testimonies of that. Remember, the products are plant-based. So you give them smaller dosage. Because I give the heme to my pets. I give the omega-3 to my pets because they're plant-based. So I syringe a small portion of the heme into my animals. So, so we can use the products.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Clive. It's a pleasure seeing you again. I know we're going to have you back because you're not going to be a stranger. So thank you.
Thank you.
As Miss Vanessa said, apply. And we have to remember that every organ is on our bodies attached to our gut. People have used the hemoheme and say, oh, I can see better. Guess why?
Yes.
Because the colon is now clean. There's nothing clogging it up. So, you know, you can see better. So take the products. Hemoheme, powerful detoxer. First product in. Hemoheme to clean the body up. And then we're all these wonderful products. But you guys have learned a lot today. Why you need to be on the probiotics and the Fine-Zyme. The Fine-Zyme is in the GMOG. And we have the noni and we have the hemoheme that's going to move that colon. And then you put in all those probiotics and stuff in there to build those. Oh, guys, get rolling. Because everything starts in the colon.
May I make this
Go ahead.
comment?
Yeah.
Whenever you go to a restaurant, don't only place an order for your taste buds and your human side of the consideration. Place an order for your human pals.
Yes.
Order food for them. This is the same food they call rabbit food. Rabbit food is not for you. Rabbit food is for your bacteria. They know what to do with it, even though you may not understand it. Eat rabbit food and other things that you don't even like to eat, but you don't eat it because you like it. Eat it because it is necessary. So your bacteria need to be fed, and they are the ones that make the other additional nutrients from these food for you to be nourished and to be healthy. So whenever you cook at home, cook for your microbiome. This is for my human pals, so that if every cell in your body is well, then your body will tell. Thank you.
Well, Mr. CJ, you want to close us out? Thank you all for sticking around. 27, we went down, but there's still 27 people staying strong.
Dr. Clive, Mr. Microbiome Campbell, allow me to, on behalf of all of us here in the Momentum Morning platform, to thank you. We thank you. And you've got to come back, my brother. But allow me to say big thank you. Happy to have you here. It was a deep dive, cleansing and wholeness from the inside out. We covered the mouth, we covered the colon, we covered the gut, we covered the skin. Thank you, Clive. Come back soon.
Indeed. Love this, Mr. Clive. We need to go live. Thank you.
Okay. One of the times when I return, I'll tell you the importance of getting rid of that visceral fat. That gut fat.
Oh yeah, that's a very good one. We have
that one, man, that is so critical. Please get information on that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Dr. Clive.
Oh, thank you too.
As we stay over here in ATOMY country, we say Aja, Aja, Aja. Let's go.
Aja.
God bless
Bye, everyone. Thank
bless
you.
everyone.
Bless you.
Goodbye, everyone.
It was great.
Thank you.
Bless you.